A couple weeks ago, I did a video on thoughts on building a mag. And I want to expand on that, kind of a part two, if you will. And I have notes. I don't have memory, I have notes. Personally, as a generalization, humans aren't meant to go it alone. We pretty much are designed, and history has proven that we work better as groups. Trying to form a group, the biggest obstacle is finding the quality of people for your group. And there's a lot of different things you can do to build these groups, to find the right people. A lot of it is just a matter of time, learning the people's behavior and who they are and how they are. But quality people is an obstacle to find. I'm not afraid. One of the things I do, I'm not afraid to admit that I profile people. Not to the point of their physical appearance, but the way people carry themselves can tell a lot about them. I watch how people work together. I watch how people talk to each other. Right down to the point where you've got to pay attention to the way they formulate the words that they use when they're talking to you. People who are vague and standoffish, typically, and not every time, have something to hide, in my opinion. So you got to kind of watch out for that. And I know I use the word profiling. It's probably not the right word, and it's a very taboo word to use. But you've got to be able to see through people. Transparency is important, and that's how you're going to make it work. If you have to rely on these people, you got to know that you trust them to take care of security reasons, because you're putting your family's life in their hands, and they're putting their family's life in your hands. And the number one thing for a prepper when they're getting into a group is making sure them and their family survives. And let me rephrase that. The most important thing to me is me and my family surviving. The most important thing to you is you and your family surviving. If we can find a way to work together to where both of our families are moving on, then you're starting to find the right people. I have a very, very small circle of people, some family, some very close friends, and we meet kind of regularly to talk about different things. And when you're building a mag, you don't have to build a mag for the collapse of the world. You may just need a good quality of friends to come and help you fell a tree, or to come and help you do repairs on your house, or if you have a flat tire at worst possible time in the middle of the night, someone you can pick up the phone and they're not going to give you an excuse. They're going to get in their damn car and go. So that's the kind of thing that we're working on now. And you don't have to have your group or your mag just because the world may be coming to an end. And the nation's a mess right now. If you watch the news and you don't see it, I don't know what rock you're living under. But personalities matter. Do they have a temper? Are they gonna have to go out and dig a hole and not want to be doing that job, so they get ticked off, throw the shovel down, and storm off out the gate? That's no good for the group. No one wants to go out and dig. No one really wants to have to spend their days cutting trees down. But this is all part of life right now, today. I mean, this is what we have to do today. I have trees I have to cut down. kind of been putting it off because this is Florida and it's Florida weather and it's humid and you're sweating before you even start doing any work. But it's stuff that needs to be done, and I have my little circle that I can call will come and help me if that time comes. So, don't be a bitch. If there's shit that needs to be done, man up. Let's get it done. In my little group of friends and family, that's what we do. When you're choosing people to be in your group, and there's friends and family who you don't want in your group. The person, and I'm going to be very generalized here, but the person who lives off the system and goes through life complaining about the government not giving them enough, and wants to live out their days sitting on the couch sponging off of other people. I've got a person who wants to be involved in all of our meetings, but he wants to be involved while he's sitting in his camp chair playing on their phone, and that's not going to work for us, because that's the extent of what this person wants to do. On the complete opposite level, I have a family who I spent the 4th of July weekend with, that he made the comment that, just in conversation, well, hell, if the world gets that bad, I'm just coming to your house. And this is the kind of person, come to my house. This is the kind of person, this guy, smart, active, he's a problem solver, and he's not afraid to get involved in anything to help someone. He'll just frickin' do it. His wife's the same way. He's got the two most polite teenage children I've ever met in my life, and these kids are energetic and educated, and they're outgoing and not rude. So if the world falls apart and you want to come to my house, the door's open, dude. Bring it. If you think that there's a chance of the world falling apart and you're coming to my house and you're one of the people I want in my house, bring some stuff, though. I don't have enough food to feed everybody. I have what my family needs with maybe a little extra, and always building. But you can't just show up empty-handed and be like, hey, we're here to eat your food. I'm not taking food out of my kid's mouth to feed you. But we still need the help of more people. You need to build your mag before the emergency happens, before the world falls apart, before there's a collapse. Because you need to know you can rely and trust these people. And when you have meetings and trainings, and we're trying to organize to where we can actually do training exercises. Again, this is just a small group of people. I keep calling it a mag, and it's just a small little group of people. We want to do some training exercises for those of us who are all on the same page, but we're pretty much all on the same page. This is what we do. You got to participate. If you're not going to participate now, why would I think you're going to participate when we need you? It's participation's important, and there has to be lines in the sands for people who don't, and there has to be lines in the sand for all of it. This is not acceptable in the group. This is the line. If you're going to cross that line, you need to leave the group. Go find someone else's group that you can do whatever the hell you want. That's, and I don't want to have that conversation, but I will have that conversation with people. Now, what is not a mag? A mag is not a street gang, a group of marauders who just want to come and smash shit and take your stuff, break into houses and steal stuff. And if they come this way, worst case scenario, grid down situation, and my mag actually fell together like it's planned to, and we're in our location, and the street gang comes showing up. Dude, they better have some armor, you know, because are we gonna win? Maybe, maybe not, but we're not gonna just open the front door and walk away from it and let them have it. It's just not gonna work that way. So in your group, you need to have tasks, but you can't just go at it like some sort of manager, poor manager would do it. It's got to be skilled tasks. In those tasks, first and last is going to be security. Security is going to be the most important thing. That's how you keep your stuff. Someone's got to be up, sentries, 24/7, and you can't have 3 people because you got to sleep. There's injuries that happen, so you've got to have people who can cover for injuries. You got to have people who cover for other ones to rest. You got to have people to fill in the blanks. And part of that security is OPSEC, you know, operational security. You can't, if there's people you don't want to know you have a group, don't freaking tell them you have a group. It's none of their goddamn business. Because these are the people that are going to find out what you have, and when you tell them no, you can't be part of the group for whatever reason because you're a lazy ass or whatever, guess who's going to get a group of people and come knocking at your door? So if the less they know, the better off you are. I mean, it's OPSEC is just as high as having people who can work sentry duty on your location. You got to have someone in charge of calories and water, or a couple someones or 3 someones. Again, a small group, a couple people that know how to manage food and all. For my group, and it's not my group. I'm just the guy who talks to an iPhone. I'm not the leader of this group by any means. But a couple of people who can look at food stores and know what you have left. You know how many people you can eat. Know when it's time to make a change. Now me and my immediate family, me and Mrs. Grease Monkey, are getting chickens and getting that going. Small garden, which we want to get a greenhouse and get a larger garden going. Not that I'm trying to start a homestead, because I still work 40 plus hours a week, and a homestead's a full-time job. But people who can look at what's available and how to make food last, how to make sure the water is always clean and potable. And water's a whole different video. I'm gonna put a video together on just water. Water's a big deal. Fortunately, where I'm at in Florida, not to sound complacent, water's in an abundance if you know how to process it. All good things come to an end, so yeah, you gotta have backup. That being said, moving on, you gotta have people who can garden. You gotta have people, if you get livestock, someone's got to take care of that. Someone's got to know how to take care of that. I'm not a farmer, but I'm pretty damn sure you don't just throw hay to the goats and wait 6 months for food to come back. There's got to be a lot more to it than that. Otherwise, everyone would have goats, or beefs, or more chickens. And chickens is, from what I understand, a task all its own. Other tasks, you got to have people. We call them tinkerers, or builders, or mechanics. Grease Monkey part, yeah. If you've got a building that has plumbing, like we're on a septic so I don't need power for my toilet to work. I gotta have water for my toilet to work. Whether that comes from the pond in a bucket, or we're able to power a pump of some sort. But there's still plumbing. Someone's got to know how to do that stuff. What if a storm tears up the roof? Someone's got to know how to do that stuff. What if you have a running car and you do have availability of some gas and that car breaks down? You've got to call the grease monkey. And I'm not the only one. Fortunately, there's 3 of us that have automotive experience. I'm the only one who's stupid enough to still be in the industry. But I do. I digress, as they say. So, we'd love to learn to build some sort of windmill for alternate power. I don't even know where to start even building a wooden structure that'll hold up to a little bit of wind. I mean, that's not me. So someone's got to be able to do that. Another thing people overlook is you've got to have a moderator or a negotiator. Someone with a cool head that's a problem solver. Even though this small little circle is a close-knit group, we still are going to have disagreements, misunderstandings. We have a way in our head that things are supposed to work and don't always all see that exactly the same. So there's got to be that one level-headed person in the group that can say, all right, we need to work this out. And fortunately, we have that guy. He doesn't even know he's that guy, but he always seems to be able to play that part when necessary, if necessary. He's an older dude. He's got a lot of experience in just about everything, just about every aspect. He doesn't want the term leader, and we haven't even talked about it, but anytime I have a question on, hey, how do I do this? Some bitch has got an answer. So, yeah, you got to have someone who's a negotiator or a mediator in that, and which kind of turns into a strategic planner. You got to have a strategic planner, someone who has enough life experience that not that they can see what's happening on the horizon, but they're smart enough to know that history repeats itself, and this has happened before, and this is how we should handle it. However he comes up with that, whether it was life experience with him in the past or not, but he's definitely going to be someone who can help lead in the right direction, know what risks are worth taking and what risks are not. So that's my little input today. That's how I see trying to find people for a mag can go, how the complexities of it can go. We're still building. We don't have some big prepper organization. We're just a bunch of people who like doing stuff outside and all see kind of what's on the horizon. So we're keeping an eye forward, hoping it doesn't all go to shit. But if it does, God, I hope we're ready. We're trying. That is all from the Patriot Grease Monkey. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. Feel free to comment. I'm not going to tolerate trolls. I'm new at this YouTube thing. I'm trying. I'm just some dude talking to an iPhone right now. If you have constructive criticism, I don't get butthurt. I will try to read everything. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.